This is the Commish, and this is Wired Autocomplete Interview. My legal team strongly advised against this, so naturally we're doing it. Thank you. It's not even printed. Look, all I'm saying is treat me like a real guest or I'm gonna walk out. Alright, let's see what y'all got for me. Is the Commish a real commissioner? Yes, I actually am. I've been commissioner of my home league for the last 9 years, the JPDL. I took over from another current owner in our league, Chris Diaz, who was one of the worst commissioners I've ever seen. And I generally had the thesis of who cares about winning a league that no one cares about. I wanted to feel some pride if I were to ever win the league. So that was why I took it over. We've had a lot of different iterations. We started as a keeper league. Now we're a dynasty league. So you can imagine the mental headache that was to get everyone on board for that. But yeah, it's super exciting, and it's basically my entire personality and social life. All right, next up, is the Commish on So You Think You Can Tell? Well, I did put in my submission video. We are awaiting final word today of all days, so I'm expecting a call from Lou Dog any minute here. Not to get ahead of myself, I think I've put my best foot forward, and I'm excited about the potential to get into the competition. Obviously, that's why I'm doing this. I'm on press tour for the show right now, so it would be a little sad if I didn't get in. Is the Commish, you guys make these so hard to rip off, is the Commish on a press tour? Wow, I stepped on my own question. Yes, I am on a press tour right now. This is my third stop this week. I'm sure a lot of footage from my press tour will be coming out in the coming days and coming weeks. So yeah, I've been doing everything I can, hopping on all the shows, trying to promote it on behalf of myself and the show in general. So excited for you guys to see a lot more of me. All right, is the Commish dating Florence Pugh? Look, man, we're here to promote the show. I'm not going to get into my personal life at this time. Obviously I've seen everything that you guys have seen. You can't really control the rumor mill, but I can promise y'all that I'm just solely focused on the competition right now, and whatever outside noise comes my way, I'm ready to deal with it. Okay, is the Commish sponsored? Well, I do have some exciting announcements coming soon on this regard. I will say at this time, I am officially pledging myself to Celsius for the upcoming So You Think You Can Tout competition. Filmed a commercial with them yesterday, so that should be coming out soon. If there are other sponsors, look, sorry to promote on your show, but I am open to other sponsored opportunities. I think I'm the one you want to bet on, so yeah, Celsius Live Fit. We are excited to get the show on the road. All right, new sheet now. Has the Commish, all right, so first question, has the Commish ever cheated? No, I would never cheat. I mean, I think that's one of the worst things that you can do to another person. It's like, oh, fantasy? Look, as the commissioner, you have to uphold the integrity of the league. With that being said, there have been personal anecdotes in my past that I'm not proud of. Most specifically, back in high school when the league first started out, there was an incident that we called Tradegate, where I skipped school on the NFL trade deadline day, trying to get every edge I could at that time. And Jay Ajayi, that then Miami Dolphins running back, got traded to the Eagles. Me and another owner, Nick Mills, had to agree to a trade that morning over Snapchat. It wasn't in the app. I ended out pushing the trade through. I figured, hey, we both sent the handshake emoji. That should constitute the trade going through. We ended out having to do a courtroom case in front of one of our teachers in high school, and we had a jury of our peers that we had to say opening arguments to. And, the jury's decision, which I guess I do respect at the end of the day, did not vote in my favor. So moving forward, every transaction in the JPDL has to go through the app. Again, not my proudest moment, but, it was something I learned from and made me into the commissioner I am today. Has the Commish ever won the JPDL? Well, to any of you people who are solely focused on winning as your credentials, I have in fact won my home league. We did win in 2024 on the backs of Josh Allen and Justin Fields in our super flex league. Super proud of the guys. It's a high that I had been chasing for 7 years. It's a high I'm trying to get back to, try to climb that mountaintop again. Honestly, the ultimate feeling and something that I will take to my grave as one of the best days of my life. And no, I'm not saying that sarcastically in any way whatsoever. Has the Commish ever cried after a loss? What's the meaning of life? This is who I am. I am me right now. I'm not me when I'm winning. I'm not me when I'm happy. I'm me at my lowest. Because when you're at your lowest, you have nothing else, no one else to rely on besides yourself. When I started this league, I had a vision for friendship and for community, and maybe building up a strong community like this would be something that on my deathbed I could look back on and say, this was a good thing. We stayed connected, we had fellowship, and we enriched each other's lives by way of being in it together and growing together, and time would give our life meaning, and time together would, in retrospect, as the time accumulates, it would be better and better, and it would compound upon itself. I'm a moron. I'm an idiot. I was wrong. Maybe I was right in my intentions, but the pain I feel tells me that while I feel closer to the goal, I've never been further away, because nothing that hurts this much is something that should be preserved. And we expanded from 10 teams to 12 teams this past year. We added Mikkel and Pat to league. I want to apologize. I want to extend a real, profound apology for bringing you guys into this. I feel like someone who brought a child into a dying world. And the child didn't ask for that. The child didn't know any better. And they thought they were going to have a whole life of happiness in front of them. And instead, I brought them into this hellhole. And that's what fantasy football is. It's a pure exercise in masochism. Then, do I want to be the best masochist? Do I want to bring myself the most pain? Is that really what this is all about? These are the kind of thoughts that happens after a bone-crushing, jarring Week 1 loss. Sucks that happened Week 1. Sucks that I came against my biggest rival. Everything sucks. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm sorry I cared this much. I'm sorry to everyone. I'm sorry to myself. I'm a sorry team. I'm a sorry owner. It's just all bad. Has the Commish been to any Hollywood parties lately? Again, guys, look, I know you're not used to talking to a celebrity in this facet, but I'm not going to get into my personal life. Honestly, the Hollywood scene lately hasn't been my kind of vibe. Ever since cell phones and social media came out, it's kind of killed the whole partying culture. You guys should have seen it like 10 years ago before everything really popped off. Those were the days when, you would just go to a local club and run into people. Look, I get around. Okay, I need to show face, need to stay swimming in some of these big circles. But again, that's knowledge for me. That's knowledge for the people that I'm associating with. And, I'm sorry to dodge the question, but I just can't get into that right now. All right, third and final sheet. Does the Commish play best ball? So it actually is illegal for me to currently play best ball given my day job. I work in college athletics, and due to that, I'm not allowed to gamble on sports in any capacity. With that being said, the question could arise, what do I plan on doing with the potential site credits? I haven't come up with my official plan yet. I'm willing to sell shares of myself in this competition at a prorated rate. That is one direction we could go. I could give it to someone else in the competition as an alliance in the future. So just know I'm thinking about it, and we'll have a way to maneuver in the future. Does the Commish have a pre-game So You Think You Can Tout alliance. Obviously I've been talking to a lot of the people in the space. I've been running interviews and, breaking bread with a lot of these people. I've made some friends that I hope can continue past the competition. Yes, I do have an alliance. I'm not going to share, publicly who it is or if it's multiple people, but yes, I do have an alliance. All right, few more here. Does the commish play football? So I was super undersized in high school. I was only like 5'3", 120 pounds or something like that. I didn't actually grow until college. So no, unfortunately, my mother did not let me play football. I was more of a basketball player. I was the captain of my high school baseball team, and I liked playing tennis as well. So pretty much any sport other than football, I got my hands on and got my hands dirty. Does that mean that I can't evaluate talent or be a tout? I don't think so. I'm not sure if it's a prerequisite. I probably can't command my locker room for my own fantasy team the same way, and that's something that I have to, hurdle over when I'm hiring my assistant coaches for my fantasy team. I make sure I get people with playing experience. That way they can relate to the guys on a one-to-one level. But yeah, it's something that I have to navigate, and I wish I was bigger in high school. Does the commish, this one seems like a long one. Does the commish really have 9 2027 firsts? Yes, I do. I'm the owner of the Toronto Mystics in the JPDL. We won the championship again in 2024. We decided to go to a full rebuild. We have 9 firsts next year. If Arch Manning, Dante Moore, Jeremiah Smith, Cam Coleman, I could keep going down the list, Julian Sayin, Nick Marsh, if Ahmad Hardy, if these guys don't pan out, then it doesn't matter if I win this competition. I'm just gone from the space. So hope for my sake, and if you guys like watching me for your own sakes, that the 2027 class pans out. All right, last and final question here. Does the commish plan on shaving? All right.
Bad facial hair too. It's bothering.
I mean, what are we doing here? Yeah, I know. I saw the Mayo video. I saw him roast my facial hair. It's not great. It's not great. I'm considering not shaving until I get out of the competition. I think I'm willing at this time to stand on that. So for here on out, until I get eliminated from So You Think You Can Tout, I'm not going to shave my facial hair. We'll see how bad it gets. I've never grown it past a week or two. Don't know how long my stay will be. I know the competition is going to run for 3 months. So how bad could that go?